It's so nice to see both of you.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. It's a little overwhelming. Where were you when you got asked to perform at tonight's ceremony?
I don't remember. I was on tour, and when you're on tour, you know, things tend to blur into one big, like, soup.
I've got the same answer.
Yeah.
I was on tour
Okay,
as
so
well.
you don't remember where you were, but do you remember what your state of mind and feeling was?
Yeah, I mean, it's an important thing. The world doesn't have enough of these type of things, and you know, so many conflicts going on in the world. It's an important thing to do for people to have, you know, freedom of speech and rights to say what they need to say and not be oppressed by governments, you know, across the planet. So
It sort of seems like
it's
a
a
given.
yeah, but it's something that just goes on and on. It seems to constantly reoccur, and it's important we stand up and say that it's not right.
And I think both of the speeches yesterday during the ceremony really pushed on that. It wasn't like the typical, you know, speeches about how important it is. It was also about, like, how it's so important to encourage a big country like China to feel like they have responsibility. Like, it's a positive thing. It's something that should, like, stem out of motivation and, like, looking into the future instead of just this, like, thing of, like, you know, you're not allowed, or it was very, like, it was inspiring.
Well, to see individuals get up and say the way forward will no longer involve violating people's rights. We don't accept that anymore, and as citizens of the world.
I think the other thing, if you've been handed also the Olympic Games, you know, it's not the done thing. You know, that's not the spirit of the Olympics. You know, then what goes on with some of these disciplines, not just in China, across the world. You know, and there's got to be a track record somewhere down the line. There's got to be a decent track record.
We need freedom of speech and expression in order to not only be ourselves but do our jobs. And I feel like tonight, everybody being here is consciously and unconsciously supporting that idea and getting that message out there. Thank you so much for sharing your views and for sharing your talent here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.